The future of humanity seems insecure. Rapid climate change, natural disasters, and greed make it hard to look at ourselves with optimism, making many people think our end is in sight. However, this is the wrong way of thinking. Humans have always thought they were important enough to witness the apocalypse, but then life just goes on. This is how we should see the world. If we change our perspective from us living at the end of humanity to us living at the dawn of a new era, then we can create a better future. The first step to making that future is to recognize the problem. Pollution from our industries and factories is one of the biggest problems we face today. Water pollution, in particular, occurs when dangerous substances, often chemicals or microorganisms, contaminate a body of water and make it toxic for humans and the environment. Today, we will explore how industries harm humans and bodies of water and what we can do to fix it. Let us begin.
Water from various bodies evaporates, cools, condenses, and then returns to the land as rain. The cycle of biogeochemical processes is in charge of sustaining the weather. In all of its forms, water interacts with the environment and modifies the atmosphere's temperature and pressure. Chemical wastes from industries are discharged as effluents into rivers, lakes, streams, etc. Factories convert streams into open sewers by dumping oil, toxic materials, and other dangerous liquids known as effluents into them. These contaminants harm water reservoirs as well as the natural purification cycle of water, which is carried out by microbes. In the waste from tanneries and other significant industrial facilities, heavy metals like chromium, lead, mercury, and other pose substantial risks to aquatic life. Additionally, lakes, rivers, and other bodies of water get eutrophicated as a result of the fertilizer industry's discharge of phosphate and nitrogenous waste.
We need water to live, such as other living organisms. Of all the water that exists on our planet, roughly 97% is salt water and less than 3% is fresh water. But due to different human activities, water is affected in so many ways that may lead to the effect of the supply of fresh water. As stated in Le Chatelier's principles, if energy is put into a reaction system at equilibrium, the system will shift its equilibrium composition in a way to counteract the change. Just like in a body of water, if foreign substances come in contact with a stable marine ecosystem, results vary, which may lead to the death of the existing aquatic animals. Some of these anthropogenic effects on bodies of water are eutrophication, overfishing, and sewage and organic waste. The term eutrophication refers to an excessive nutrient richness in a lake or other body of water, typically brought on by agricultural runoff. This causes the rapid growth of plants in the water, causing the living organism to perish due to a lack of oxygen. Meanwhile, overfishing is when too much fishing exhausts the fish population in a body of water. This results in an imbalance of the food web, which may weaken the food web and also result in the extinction of other significant marine life. Another anthropogenic effect is sewage and organic waste. When foreign substances such as sewage and organic waste fall into a body of water, the aquatic life in that water will perish due to the depletion of oxygen levels. Moreover, water pollution causes diarrhea, malnutrition, and skin cancer, and etc. So, to avoid these effects on marine and human life, it is important to mulch or compost yard waste rather than dumping it in the sink. And let us also take accountability for the damages our actions have caused.
So what are invasive species? An invasive species is any non-native plant, animal, or disease brought to a new area and is now causing ecological, economic, or human health damage where it has established a permanent foothold. For a species to be called invasive, it must adapt to a new environment and reproduce quickly. Certain animals must also occasionally be introduced to a new environment. When introduced, these species usually act as a natural pest control approach. Some invasive species are maintained as pets or as decorative items. Individuals and businesses that illegally import these creatures frequently fail to consider the consequences of their actions. Even experts cannot always foresee how a species will adapt to a new home. Some examples of invasive species located in the water are green crabs. These species of crabs have spread beyond their native continent. It causes problems for shellfish farmers due to its ravenous appetite. Another example would be the zebra mussels. Caspian and Black Sea lagoons, as well as the rivers that feed into them, are their natural habitats. It prefers to reside in fresh or slightly salty water as it cannot survive in the ocean. This invasive mussel species made its way through European canals and into the Baltic Sea and the estuary of many European rivers in the 18th and 19th century. Next, let us talk about epigenetics. Genes are affected by a person's actions and the genes of the people around them. This is an effect of epigenetics. Epigenetics is a study of how a person's behavior and surroundings can change their genetic makeup. Epigenetic alterations affect how the body interprets a DNA sequence, but do not change the DNA sequence itself, making them reversible and different from hereditary changes. There are numerous mechanisms through which epigenetic changes affect gene expression.
Epigenetic changes have different types. The first type is DNA methylation. DNA is made functional by the addition of a chemical group. In general, methylation turns off genes, and demethylation turns it on. Another is histone modification. Histones are DNA-enclosing proteins. When histones are tightly packed together, proteins that read genes have difficulty accessing the DNA, thus shutting it off. More DNA can be unwound from a histone with loose packing, making the gene more accessible to the proteins that read the gene and turned it on. Lastly, non-coding RNA. It is the production of proteins. Non-coding RNA regulates gene expression by binding to coding RNA and releasing particular proteins. This hinders the translation of coding RNA into proteins.
We have talked about water and the biogeochemical cycle. We learned about the effects of human activity on animals and the environment. We also learned how invasive species arise and the concept of epigenetics. With that said, is there truly no way to save our oceans now? Is it too late for us to do anything? No, no, no. The answer is a resounding no. The best time to protect our oceans was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. There have been significant achievements made in reducing water pollution. In 2021, the DENR launched its 5-year project to clean the Pasig River with a sustainable river waste collection system. In June 2022, the department also noted outstanding achievements regarding the water quality in Manila Bay. They noted that their success was due to solid waste management strategies, geoengineering interventions, and compliance monitoring of establishments. What this news means for us is that it is not too late. There are also many ways we can prevent water pollution. For example, we must dispose of liquids and toxic chemicals properly so they will not contaminate bodies of water. We can also support environmental charities to help with anti-pollution work. Our waters and marine life are suffering right now. However, we still have a chance. If we can surpass our fears and apprehensions, we will indeed have a chance to create a better future.